Hello everybody. It's me, DisBearity here, and I'm here to showcase this Total War Immortal Empires map first look that CA has dropped on us today. I'm very excited to take a look on what the map's going to look like and it's going to be like, because I guarantee there's probably going to be like a tremendous amount of details going to be changed around between every faction. So let's go ahead and drop into it, and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards.
It is time, my lord, to engrave your legend into the world. But do not be hasty. To thrive in this vast and volatile domain, you will first need to study the lay of the land. In the far southern wastes, he who hunts unseen is in his element. Oxyotl, bane of the dark gods, wages a war of revenge against the fell powers and any who would stand with them.
All right, this is the southern wastes.
Along these
so basically South
shores, an endless demon horde spills into the world, tainting the very land on which they step. In the jungles of the gods, Teclis has sensed a need of his presence. Be it the Skaven scurrying through these trees, or an imbalance yet to be discovered, Teclis will oppose the ruinous powers.
Map so far looks beautiful. In the style of Warhammer 3, I like it a lot. So far.
Khalida, High Queen of the Court of Lybaris Tomb Kings, has reclaimed her ancient homeland. But her reign is fraught with challenge. The Silver Host vampire counts also lay claim to these lands, and from their cold hands, Khalida must pry the crater of the walking dead.
Gives poison attacks too. I like that, okay.
To the lush east, Kugath Plaguefather scours the Dragon Isles for new ingredients to fortify his plagues. Amongst the tropical palms and sandy shores, he discovers an enemy. Tepok spawn are a tenacious breed of lizard men, mysterious and otherworldly, with little love for the agents of chaos.
Okay.
In life, Helman Gorst's taste for adventure took him far from the Empire's borders. Perhaps it is the ghost of his past explorer that has seen him to the haunted forest, where he is set upon by all manner of creatures
and all
manner of new corpses to repurpose.
Nobler country.
A resource you'll find in abundance within Grand Cathay.
If my sister is found delinquent in her duty, then we defend the bastion.
Yeah. This is, oh God, that's so cool. Cathay should be a beautiful, it's like a beautiful, territory, I guess to say. The Great Canal. This reminds me of Three Kingdoms.
The Dragon Emperor's territories are vast, varied, and fractured. Amongst the stoic Cathayans, whose architectural prowess is beyond compare.
Wow, that's
creatures
amazing.
Of foul intent. The vampiric curse siphons life from the land, which is trampled beneath the heavy boot of orc warbands, and, burrowing deep into the heart of this once great nation, a subtle infection of Skaven.
Oof. You thought Cathay was supposed to be like this great, defended, territory. I mean, hey, they get floating cities. This is the Great Bastion. I'm so glad they really incorporated like this.
Enemies within and beyond. The Great Bastion's continued survival is a constant uncertainty. One Miao Ying must contend with if she means to bring harmony to her homeland.
See, it makes sense because, of course, Miao Ying, she's the one who defends the Great Bastion, while her brother defends the southern areas or southern territories behind the Great Bastion, which is really cool. I like that kind of duology there. But, of course, they still have the sibling rivalry. So hopefully later down the line, we get to see the other, brothers and sisters. Because apparently, if I recall from lore, there's 9 dragons. But correct me if I'm wrong on that.
In the barren north, hope, mercy, and virtue are not common commodities. These jagged rocks, sickly forests, and broken mountains mirror the soul of a world
the dragon ogres.
The perfect stage for the likes of Grimgor Ironhide and his ilk to test their mettle against ravenous ogres. In the path to the east, the Green Slaughterer will find game worthy of his considerable prowess.
What is this?
In these twisted chaos wastes, ambitious and cruel men devote themselves to the dark gods in exchange for a morsel of strength. Seldom few manage to wrestle more than scraps from the gods' table. But Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, is not one of them. He will use his demonic gifts to see the mortal world bleed. But the mortal world is not so easy to tame. When men like Boris Ursus grow tired of being a shield, and instead become the spear.
Yeah.
Kislevite spears are a tool the Demon Prince knows intimately. In his past life, he wielded
got to defend that territory,
one in the
man.
name of honor. Now,
the main primary defense
of
the Empire, basically.
And cares only for forging himself into a weapon of
so that relationship has to stay.
Sometimes, carried on the whisper of an ice-laced breeze.
Good old Daniel.
He hears the name.
The Kraken Sea.
Daniel.
I like that. They stick with Daniel.
A
harsh
and frozen world breeds violent and savage survivors. Slave traders, brutes, and self-made kings war over slivers of habitable soil in the Norscan mountains.
Okay, that bear is pretty lit. Because DisBearity, me, yeah.
A tempting prize for the agents of chaos, and the most direct route into the wider territories of man. Here, opposing ideologies will need to either unite or overcome one another to face a greater evil.
The great orthodoxy protects you. I protect you. Take not one step backward.
Yeesh!
Kislev's shield is cracked, and through the rupture, all manner of horrors invade.
It's crazy. It's like, oh, we have to defend the world, but also we have our little squabbles here.
Which will soon serve as Be'lakor's throne.
Okay.
Upon the precipice of God.
There is no respite from corruption even in the waters, where dark terrors and vampiric pirates command legions of undead vassals. In the kingdoms of Nagaroth, the Witch King builds a twisted army of hatred. There is no price Malekith would not pay to claim the Isles of Ulthuan and subjugate those who denied him his birthright.
The Iron Foothills.
Subjugation is no option for the Sisters of Twilight, who fight bitterly in defense of their home.
The Bleak Coast.
But the decadence of the Dark Elves has summoned Slaaneshi invaders, and it is Lord Mazdamundi, the Slan mage priest, who must hold fast at the borders of Lustria.
Oh, he will. Oh, yes, he will. Ulthuan.
Fueled by a millennia-long vendetta, Nakari arrives on Krace with a goal that would see the High Elves of Ulthuan either slaughtered or dominated.
That's going to be an interesting campaign. They still have the Vortex. That's awesome. I'm so glad they kept the Vortex.
The descendants of Arnerian, beware. Slaaneshi Roth has returned.
Oh, they actually made that more detailed.
Lustria, a continent rich with all manner of life. Here, civilizations as old as the world offer insight into a past rife with hardship, where brave lizard men warriors laid down their lives in accordance to the great plan. A war still waging to this day.
Oh, is that a great unclean one? Oh, man. Lost Valley. They haven't talked about the dwarves much. Kind of like, I guess, I mean, of course they're going through everybody, so.
Kairos Fateweaver comes to Dawn's Landing at the bottom of the world to liberate it of its high elf occupants. The Changer of Ways will have reasons for this journey, but to know them would be to court insanity.
Insanity, he says. Constructs. Okay, one thing I want to say is this. One of my future, I'm probably going to talk about this later on in the future. I really want them to bring Arabi. I'm talking about actually Arabi into the fold. Like, it seems kind of crazy to me that Arabi isn't a game. I know that a while back in a Discord message, one of the developers of CA stated that Arabi would not be a possibility, but they said the same thing about Cathay. So it's like, I don't know, but they really need to make Arabi into a faction. It doesn't have to be like multiple factions, but just like a territory, you know?
Manfred von Karstein's lust for power has led him deep into the shifting sands, where he contends with the likes of an undead contemporary, Cetra the Imperishable.
Oh,
each with imperial dreams, each with ambitions too broad to coexist.
What a showdown that's going to be.
The hard rock and barren landscape of this pitiful mortal realm is a poor substitute for the glory of Khorne's eternal battlefield. And although Skarbrand the Exiled is as far from his lord's skull throne as he could possibly be, he finds some solace in the blood of an unending parade of orcs.
What is that?
Along the world's edge mountains, a cacophony of cultures thrash and vie for the right to exist. But it is the Dawi with the most at stake.
There we go, the dwarves.
And so Thorgrim Grudgebearer remains close to the ancient seat of his power. A wise king indeed.
Fellow Dawi, I see.
You know, fun fact here, every time I see Thorgrim and his seat, it makes me think of like, those aren't those aren't dwarves under there, you know, it's like a vehicle or what. I keep thinking it's a vehicle instead of actual people.
They foul our mountains with their vile tales.
The Eastern Border Princes.
Amongst the Western Border Princes, the Gore Harvester has carved himself out a fine fishing hole. Scrag the Slaughterer is a far cry from his fellow ogres, but he'll eat his way to the Great Moor eventually, one Empire footman at a time.
Yeah. That man's a good distance away from the Great Ball. Helian Seed. Skaven Blight.
And here, cradled within protective mountain ranges, lie the lands of man. Besieged by roaming beastmen.
Oh, there goes Bitonia.
Ravaged by orc tribes. Threatened by haughty wood elves. And plagued by infighting that would tear them asunder. They must unite beneath a single banner or risk extinction.
Ah, here we are, right
The world is indeed vast. The players constantly shifting, and there are further dangers here than meet the eye. It will take more than military might to conquer the unending threats, more than spirit and diplomacy to survive. It will take the forging of an immortal empire.
Yeah, I loved it. Love that trailer, honestly. Okay, so with that said here, my thoughts on the map here. I mean, of course, they didn't show everybody, of course. I mean, that's perfectly okay. I cannot wait to see the game go on for what it is right now. Once the Immortal price drops into something bigger for the next couple years to come, because you know, I think I'm gonna be playing Total Warhammer 3 for hours and hours on it, and especially since there's gonna be so much within the game. The map looked gorgeous to me. Everybody seemed like they were placed really well and really thought out on where their placement should be. So that's really cool. Hopefully in the future we should be able to see Kingdoms of End or Nippon, maybe, if the map gets expanded. See them make an entrance to the game. Also for Arabia and some other minor factions. I know people have been really wanting the Southern Realms, like DLC expansion pack or Dogs of War. So that's going to be hopefully that could be a thing. Maybe not. I don't know. But otherwise, the map, I really I give it let's say like a 8.5 out of 10. I mean, it looked great to me. It looks amazing. And I'm just ecstatic. Can't wait to get my hands on Immortal Empires to show you guys what it's going to be like and about, honestly. But yeah, man, Immortal Empire, I'm excited. Yeah, I might not show it, but I really am excited. Like, as a huge Total War person, I've been playing Total War since Rome 1 back on the on a Pentium 4 processor when I was a kid. So, it's good stuff. Good to see like where Total War is finally coming to be. And it makes me wonder like what's gonna be next for the historical games stuff. Are you gonna do like a world map for historical and stuff? I mean, everything they learned, for just Total Warhammer 3 could be hopefully put into other games in CA's future, But let me know what you guys think in the comments section below about this map. If you guys enjoyed this video, please definitely remember to like it. Also, if you can hit the notification bell down below, that would be very much appreciated. That will help me out tremendously. And last but not least, if you guys want to support me even further, please definitely consider subscribing to my Patreon, which you can subscribe to as low as $2 a month. But thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for your support. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much, the trailer as much as I did. But peace out. Much love, everybody. Have a good one, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.